Good afternoon. How you doing? Thanks for watching the videos lately, and subscribers, new subscribers, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Back on the camera. So today we will be looking at the turn buttons for this. Yes, I've still got this issue. I'm not going to take any more out of the hinges. They're as good as they're going to be. What we're going to do first, we're going to strip some bits and pieces off this. So if you remember, this is my donor piece. We're going to remove this screw and that turn button and this thing here, which stops the plate being removed. But the really important bit is the bit you hardly notice. It's these plates here. They've got to come off. I need those plates. They will go inside there behind that, and they will stop, because I've got that part of that frame there is mitered like this, and they will stop that falling apart. I don't think it will, but that's what they've used it for. If you can see, there's a mitre. See that mitre there? Right in the middle of the shot there's a mitre, and then it's hidden by the plate. And they put one screw above the mitre and one below the mitre. Good plate. And there's a reason for it. It's a thin point here. It's a thin point there. And if this were to start breaking, you'd lose it. So it's all about, remember, it's all about light not coming in. So that needs to be good. So that's what we're going to do. Let's set you up in that thing and we'll get on with it. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to remove these screws. I've already got the other screws out. I'm just going to get this one out. I've just reground my screwdriver because it's just ever so slightly wobbly. You can't really see there, can you? Oh, there you go. This little screwdriver isn't my favourite. It's quite awkward to grip. It's awkward to grip, but I use it. There's one done. So I always put the clean the screw out by pushing it down the slot. Sometimes a hammer helps. Then I can get the screwdriver in, tighten it a little bit. So I always turn it a couple of degrees before I loosen it. It makes such a difference. He says, it's coming out, it's coming out. So let's get this so that you can see it. Oh, well, that was, you know, the other end. Well, that's just fallen out, so that's a good sign. Actually, the good thing about this is you can see it's been polished underneath. So it just shows me that a couple of thin coats of polish underneath, maybe press that into the wet polish and then screw it down. That might be part of a plan. So let's get this one out. Right, that's it, it's out. Ready for this? Simple as that. Didn't put up much of a fight, did it? Anyhow, they're the plates. Right, what's next? Let's zoom out because you're far too close. That way? There you go. Right, what's next? So that's done. This thing can come out. Let me just... This turn lever. It's almost like a cup screw with a bent end. So that's it. Handy. What else is going to come off here? Ah, these little things. So let's get this tiny screw out here first. See, can you see? Zoom back in. So we're on this one. Let's just I'm not going to tap the screwdriver, I'm just going to turn and loosen. There you go. There you go. Oh, she's good. There you go, that's good. Sometimes these screws are great and sometimes, but the thing is there's no need to flush this one off, so I think that's what they do, because that's come out much easier than those off those little plates. So then there's this tiny little stop screw. So that clever little stop screw is to hit up against this face here. So as you turn the turn button, the screw sits there, and those little flat faces just hit up against the screw, and that's it. So let's get this little beauty out. They are tiny. There you go, that's great. It'd be great to use some of these. There you go, another one done. And this end. Great. I sort of want to take the number 1 out, but I just think I might cause so much damage. Shall we have a look? And will it just pop out? I don't even know what's, I don't know if there's a screw under there, or, and it could be a little bit of ivory. I'm not going to spend ages on it. Old chisel. Ooh, it feels a bit ceramic like. Don't know, got it out. That's got to go back in, hasn't it? Oh, and look, you can see how they did it. It was just a there you go. It was just a drill bit, quite crudely as well, but made the right dimensions so it fits. This frame is now done. This is the correct way up facing me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one turn button there at the top. I'm going to put another turn button down the bottom. Actually, look how this is nearly sitting flat now. Oh. Anyhow, another turn button down here. I'm going to put a third turn button over here, and then a fourth turn button over there. Now then, I've only got 2 turn buttons off that. I've just made this, and I think that's the next thing. I'm going to get you out of it. Let's show you what's going on. So, as you can see, that's not far off, and for me, for a handmade sort of thing, it's okay. So, new one in the middle, old. It's a little bit bigger, and it's a little bit bigger because I've chopped it out of a hinge. So what I find is really useful, obviously, is to have the items right next to where you're working, so you can see what you're copying. These are slightly bigger just by the very nature that I've drawn around them. That's what I've done there. And I've filed back to what I think is the line, and obviously not filed exactly. But I can live with that. They're not that much bigger, he says, but actually when you look down on it, yeah, they're that much bigger. But do me a favour, would it do me a favour? I mean, do I put the new ones there and there? Because this is that bit that doesn't want to hold. We'll get to that in a bit. Let's chop that thing out. Right, now look, I'm no jeweller, okay? A bit closer, can you see? I'm no jeweller, but I've got one of these things. I've got a pretty good idea of what I'm supposed to be doing here. So you could do it being the other side, couldn't you? Okay, let's move you around. Just hang on a sec. How's that? Better? We'll see. Right. Remember, I'm not a jeweller. So, just going to start writing that. In fact, actually, I'm going to start it. What I have found, actually, which is, I think, a pretty good thing to do, is almost have a cut I haven't done it, so I'm doing it now. Have a cut in the side of your bit of timber to run it up and down, especially when you're trying to start it on a piece. And it will keep it grounded a bit. Come on. There you go, start there. Too close. Come on, come out of it. Right, let's go down there. There. Come on. That's better. For those of you who don't know, it's cutting on the downstream, so that the wood is supporting it as it's cutting. Let's put that, no, I can't put it there. New blade needed. And we're back. Right, that didn't go very well, did it? Can you see there? Right. Takes twice as long with you guys, aren't you? Right. If anyone's got any jewellery sawing technique tips to share, it would be much appreciated. One of them would be wear an apron, I suppose. I'm going to get covered in brass filings. Right, just turning this now to go round the countersunk hole. I thought it was a pretty good idea using a hinge because it's already got the hole in the countersunk, and actually it's the same thickness brass as the existing one. So I thought, oh, that'd be great if it's the same thickness. Oh yeah, and this is the only second time I've used one of these and a piercing saw, and that's the first thing there that I've made with the piercing saw. So yeah, don't think that I've done this before, because I really haven't. You can tell. I'm going to have to go all the way back out and come from the other side. Maybe I should just go down here like that. Yeah. I know you're thinking he's going the wrong way, but actually he's going to turn around there the other way, because I know I've got to come back that way. Come on. It amazes me that it doesn't fall off when you think you're through. Maybe it's the eyesight. Right, last bit, just round this hole. Do you want to watch all of this? You had enough already. I bet that's usually the way. It falls on the floor when you've got it done. That's why you want the apron. So that the apron, when it's here, it hooks onto the bench. You have 2 points on the bench, one here, one here, one here. So that it makes a... Yeah. What do you think? Yeah, new one. One already done. One I'm copying. Yeah, I'm getting there. So if it's not bright enough, the flickering lights will drive me around the bend, so I'll put you around the other side. Right, I've got to file these things. So I've just practiced fitting that. There you go. And it fits pretty good. Drop it in there. Do it in there. Just going to put a bit of glue behind that. Too much glue. There you go. There you go. They're not too dissimilar. Clean them up and do this nice little bend as well. Look at that little bend on the end. It's great. Yeah, the wear on there looks alright now. That's great. That's alright. That's alright. A bit more. A little bit more. Quite a bit more. Too much. That looks alright. Do I open that hole up or do I leave it? Don't know. What's the weather doing? It's raining 1 minute. In the next minute, it's glorious sunshine. Sometimes you just feel the need to get out. Just have a look around. Back to it. So I've fixed the two original ones on already. Got the positioning right that I feel comfortable with. It's sort of more than 2/3 of the way across there, but divided this not quite into thirds, but I felt comfortable with it. Anyhow, I love the shine that you get from when you spin it round and it starts marking the wood. I really like that. These original screws, original screw. Just going to sort out some bigger screws, which actually I thought about, and if they go through a couple of layers, then that's helping hold the frames together, which is all good. So I'm just going to get those sorted, and then that's brass work finished on this side. But I want to show you a detail, and the detail is I've put the points on this level with the edge of the door. So we've got this lovely door line coming across, and when it's square at 90 degrees, that line is crossing there. And I've done the same with this one as well. See, the points land on the line, and it looks great. It looks purposeful. It also means that when this comes round here, when that is there, I'm planning on putting the tiny screw. Remember the tiny screws? I'm planning on putting the tiny screw about there. So that way, and they'll all go the same way. They'll all go anti-clockwise, 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 anti-clockwise to lock. And I think that'll make, I think it'll make more sense. But we'll catch up in a sec. I'll put you back in the WhatsApp and we'll get a bit more done. So this is the top. You can see the number 1 there, and I've set this one up already. So I'm going to put that in the middle of the frame. So this one, what I've done is that point has actually come around to the edge of the moulding, and that's where I'm going to drop the head. So I'm just gauging how far away I need to be, which is about there. As discussed before, awls are great because an awl just compresses the fibres, moves them out the way, gets it all ready for a screw, but it does mean that over time that timber can shrink back around the thread. And this one's looking nice actually. Dropped a screw. Trying to do too much. Oh, this is beautiful. So look how the screw is. Hoping I'll feel it. Yeah, there you go. So, screw, stop, that's it. That goes up, out the way. First one done. So this is nice. Feels great actually getting this stuff done. So this one is going to come down. So again, same philosophy. That point which stops on that line, when that point reaches this line, which is there, stop, work out where the screw head goes. It's about there. Get the next screw in. So you're getting this, okay? So I'll get on with the rest and I'll get back to you in a sec. Thought I'd show you my little stash of screws and bits and pieces. As a restorer, you end up collecting all sorts of bits and pieces, and loads over there. This isn't my only stash, I've got other stuff elsewhere. And that's what I'm after, tiny screws. And I think these down here, well, they're very similar. They're very, very similar to the ones I've just put in. So let's get those in. And now the pilot. First drill was for the main part, the main thickness of the shank, I call it, but the body of the screw. The second part is to make a pilot for the thread. As always, screw, a little bit of wax. As my old boss used to say, you never know, you might be the poor so-and-so who has to get it out again, which is fair comment. So make it easy to go in, makes it easy to come back out again for the next guy. So let's get this screwed in. Can you see? Just doing this one. And this screwdriver's not really the best fit for this screw, but actually it's alright. Oh blimey, a bit too tight. So you have to adjust the screw. I might have to put a leading edge on these as well. See, what's happening is that's hitting the side of the door, the edge of the door. If I push the door down, it goes past. So I think I'm going to have to take this back out and put a slight bevel on there, just so that just that it goes over easily. Yeah, I'll do that. Back out again. I think I'll ever get this job finished. Not too much to do now, really. Right, I'm going to file a little bevel on that edge so that it goes over the door easier. Right, just filed that. And now I might just take a bit off the door as well then. I've just put a nice little bevel on there. You know what? I'm going to put a bit more of a bevel on. It's not enough. No worries. Back in a sec. What do you think? Third time lucky? Yeah, it's going. It'll make its own. There's a bevel under there. You have to trust me. I've done it twice. I'm not doing it again. That's it. So that comes around to this point, where that point there meets the moulding. That's where my small screw goes. Now, am I doing this right? Yes, I am, because this is going. That one there is going anti-clockwise. This one's going. Oh, this one's going clockwise. So that one will go clockwise. What's this one doing? Well, to point the same way as the other one, I need this one to go clockwise. So I'm not doing what I said. I'm doing what looks right. Don't really need any wax for these really tiny screws. They are the dinkiest little things. So I'll get this in. Hopefully that'll work. Yeah, that works. Great, and it stops against the screw. I love this. I've never seen these used up against the side of the screws, so I think it's a great way of doing it. It stops it exactly where you want it to stop. So back in a sec. Let's get this other one done. Well, thank you for sticking with me. You can see these. These are great. I'm really chuffed with these. I love, can you see the shine on there? You can see the shine where the turn button's catching. That's great, and it's good for the grain to be going that way, so that's a lot of support for that timber. This one, just blow the dust out. That one, actually that was a bit loose. I'm just going to tighten it up just a sec while you guys are here. There you go. Oh, that's nice. It's loose there. It's just got a bit of pressure there. Hits against the screw head. That's really nice. That one's tight all the way. Might loosen that one just a touch. Not much, but enough. That's good. As you can see, these things go flying around. It only comes round to there because it hits the other side, hits the stop, look. So that's cool. And that one, yeah, that one's great. Right, there you go. So this side of the door is finished. So thanks for watching. I know it's a long one, sorry about that, but much appreciated. Those of you who can, thank you. It's much appreciated when you guys buy me a coffee. It's making a difference, and it's making life a little bit easier, so thank you. Those of you who haven't, have a look, buy me a coffee. It's great. You can be as little as you want. You could even go to PayPal if you wanted to. If you wanted to support my channel, you could go to PayPal. You could do a monthly subscription of £1 or a couple of pounds or more or £1,000 if you want to. Whatever. Okay. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll catch you guys very soon to do the brass work on the back of this thing. So back on to the back next time. Cheers. just a quick treat for you guys who haven't left. Let's just drop this into place and see just how it looks. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So, turn buttons out of the way. That one goes up, that one goes up, that one goes clockwise. Door opens. Start there, down and lock, down and lock. Oh dear. I think the back of that one needs filing. Down and lock, up and lock. Isn't it good? Take it in.